Hi guys, this is Sarita. I'm back with the Selenium topics. We have discussed about the Selenium ID in the last class. So we are going to discussing another components in the Selenium. It is Selenium WebDriver. So in the Selenium we having the three components as of now. So one is the Selenium ID, which is the Selenium integrated development environment, which is going to be record and play our scripts. So in the last class we have seen that one. So today we are going to be discuss about the Selenium WebDriver. So what is Selenium WebDriver? So Selenium WebDriver, which is going to be used for automating our scripts. So basically, oh, so most of Selenium with the Selenium WebDriver only, we are going to be working. So what is Selenium WebDriver? Selenium WebDriver is a client server architecture. So I can say that Selenium WebDriver architecture is based on the client server. What do you mean by client server? Client server. So basically, I can say that the client, what is the client? Whatever the environment we having, we can say that this is a client environment. So suppose here I'm having a browser. So I'm sending the instruction. So there will be a mediator where this instruction, whatever the instruction I'm sending, I'm going to be sending the HTTP request. So this HTTP request is going to be sent to the server. So what the server will do? So I am requesting to open Selenium URL. So I am requesting here the Selenium div URL I have passed here. So what this URL, whenever I am sending this URL, it will check in the environment and it will send this request. HTTP request is going to be sent to the servers. So server will going to be sending that request. So what server will do? This server will send the request to DB. In DB, it is a backend application. So in this DB applications, it will search whether this page is available. If this page is available, then it will send the response to the browser. So this part I'm saying this one as a client. So where the request is sending by other party, I'm saying this party as a client. So that's why I'm saying that it is a client server design pattern which facilitate to automate the web based applications, which is allowing to automating the web based applications. So here we having the different components in the Selenium. So first one we having Selenium. Actually we have seen in the last class, we having a language binder. So language binder, what it will do? This Selenium language binder which help us to support the different programming language. So here the Selenium having a client side libraries which is going to support the different programming languages. So here it is here have shown in the different pictorial way. So this is a client libraries, Selenium client libraries, which having a language binder. So here I have shown you the language binder. So which consisting of different programming languages like Java, Ruby, Python, different programming language, which provides us a protocol. Previously, it was a JSON protocol, API protocol. We having WebDriver API protocol, which is going to be interacting with the browser. In the versions, what we can say that previous versions we having 2, 3 at that time. It is a WebDriver API versions. Now from the fourth version, in the 3.4 onwards, it was updated with the JSON wireless protocol. Okay. So it having a JSON wireless protocol. What it will do means it will communicate between the client libraries and the browser. So what type of browser I am requesting? It has a mediator which communicate, which establishing the communication between which provide the communications between client library. So client library, what it consists of? Client libraries is consisting of different programming language browser driver. So what the browser driver will contains means a browser driver will contain the different browsers. So it may consisting of the Firefox browser, it may consisting of the Chrome browser, it may consisting of Safari browser. Why? Because Selenium is going to be supporting the different types of browsers. So here also we having a browser directory which is going send the HTTP request to the real browser. So real browsers, what we having, Chrome browser, drivers here we having browsers is nothing but the page which we are opening. Whenever we are typing, whenever I'm opening, this is a Chrome browser. So driver which we can't able to see it. So what is mean by JSON? First, what is the abbreviation of JSON? So JSON, JSON. JSON, someone will call as a JSON also JSON. So JSON protocol. So JSON protocol is a JavaScript object and annotation. So it is used to structure the communication between the applications. So mainly this is a protocol which they have developed to make the communications between the structured programming language or structured applications. We can say that. So next one we have a browser directory. So browser directory means each browser have its own directory. So whenever in the previous versions we are not going to be using any setup system property setting, but here in the latest versions I can't say that from the third versions only we need to set up the system properties also. Why? Because in the 2 point it is not needed, but now onwards from the 3 point onwards we are going to be setting the browser directories also. So every browser have its own directory. So we having the different versions also. If you see, I'm having the version. So my version is 13.7. So we having different Chrome versions. You can see the Chrome driver versions. So I'm having 28, I'm having 27, 29 versions we having the different versions. We having different versions. So every time mostly we are going to be updating with the latest version. 1.4 is also there. So my is 1.3 only. So you can update with the latest versions also. So here I'm just clicking on here to check the stable versions. So 1.3 stable version I'm having. So I can download this version, a version, and I can save it in my drive. So I will show you how to download these versions after explaining the Selenium WebDriver architecture. So we will back to Selenium drivers. Browser drivers. So what it contains means this will contains um, each driver having each browser. So Chrome driver, for the Chrome driver, for Chrome driver we having Chrome driver.exe we are going to be downloading. For Firefox driver we are going to be Greco driver we are going to be downloading. For IE also we are going to be downloading. For Microsoft IE we are going to be downloading IE driver. So for every browser we need to download that correct versions. So if I'm having the 1.3 versions, I have to download 1.3 version. If I'm having 1.20 version, so I have to download that version only. Which driver is supported for my web drivers? I'm going to be downloading that versions only. Next, web browsers. So web browsers, So we having the applications. So whatever the applications I want to work on that applications. So in that applications I'm having different. So this is my browser. So in this browser, what I'm having, so I'm having a text box, I'm having some buttons, I'm having some link text, I'm having some images, I'm having. So every web page consisting of different HTTP elements. So we can call that as a HTTP elements. So how it will work? So Selenium WebDriver, how it is going to be working? So in the Selenium WebDriver, whenever I start working with the Selenium WebDriver, I will start with the test scripts. So I'm having the test scripts. So what is mean by test script? Whatever the test cases I have written manually, that one I'm going to be automating that things. So whatever the test case I'm having, that test case I have automated. Suppose I'm having a test case of login to the application. So what are the scenarios we having? Just scenarios. First one, login. First one, we have to open the browser. So which browser I want to open, that browser I have to configure it here. I have to download that browser and have to next enter URL. After entering the URL, what I want to do, click on username, enter username, enter password, click on login button. Then what I have to validate here, whether it is successfully login or not, I need to validate. So this is my scenario. This one I'm going to be converted into the form of test script. So I will write a Java program for this one, like making a class login to login. So here I have to pass the URL. For that one I am using some commands. So here for general I'm using WebDriver equals to new Chrome driver. I want to open with the Chrome driver. So I need to set up system dot set property of WebDriver new driver equals to which version I have downloaded, that Chrome driver driver.exe path I'm going to be making here. So once I have make first step has been completed, then second step, enter URL. So to enter URL I'm using driver dot get URL. So login, whatever the login application I am having, that login application URL I'm passing. And then I have to enter the data, driver dot find element. I have to enter username here. And then I have to enter password here, password. Then I have to click on login button dot click. So if I want to assert it, assert statement, I can use it. So like this, I'm going to be writing a test script. So this test script, I have to execute it. So first one, Selenium WebDriver workflow, first thing, how it is going to be work means, whatever the test scripts I have written, it will execute it. So where it is going to be executing, it is going to be executing in the client library. So I have written in the Java program. So it will, whatever the Java code I have written, it will convert, it will take by the JSON wireless going to be taken by the command. It will take as a command. So this command, how it is going to be converted means, this command is going to be converted into the JSON format. So this JSON format send the request. So request is always send it in the HTTP format to the browser directory. It will send this request to this browser directory. Then browser directory, what it will do? Browser having interpretation. So this browser will check in which, once it receive the command, it will interpret it from the specified browser. So in which browser it has to run. So I told that it has to run in the Chrome browser. First it will check in the Firefox browser, then it will check in the Chrome browser. Then once it start executing in the Chrome browser, then browser will interaction with the drivers. So when it is interactive with the drivers will perform the request. Whatever the request they got it, they will take that request and they will send the result to this driver. So the response of the test case is sent back to the Selenium WebDriver, whatever the programming language we have written. So what is the main advantages of Selenium WebDriver here is the main advantages, it supports the multiple programming languages. You can see it is going to be supporting the multiple programming languages and decoupling that test scripts to the browser. So on which browser it has to be executed, it is going to be coupling it and provided the cross browser testing also. This is the main advantages of Selenium WebDriver. Okay. So we will. So, so Selenium WebDriver, we having the architectures like this. Search contents is the most upper part, and which having the Selenium WebDriver, which is going to be taking screenshot for that purposes. Also, we are going to be using. So here coming to the individual part. What is remote WebDriver? So remote WebDriver is nothing but we can able to run our test scripts in different headless browsers. I can run it. I can run it mm, with a different different environment also. So this is the main difference between this Selenium WebDriver. So what are the methods we are going to be using in the Selenium WebDriver? Just we will see uh, in the Selenium WebDriver document. So we having the Selenium WebDriver document. Na? So Selenium official website, you know, selenium.dev is official website. If you click on Selenium WebDriver. So Selenium WebDriver, what it is providing, it is a which WebDriver drives a browser negative, which is able to run our scripts in the different platforms and which is going to be supporting the different program. Let get starts with the Selenium. So if you want to start any Selenium program, what you need is you need first thing you have to install the Selenium libraries. Then only you have to start the program. What are the Selenium libraries you have to install? So for the Java, what are the libraries we have to install? Suppose if you want to create a Maven dependency, you have to install the Selenium uh, drivers. So where we have to install this one, I can show you. So here we having, so I want to download this one now. So go to downloads. So I want to install the Selenium WebDriver. So here we having this Selenium WebDriver uh, version. So you can click and download it. I have already downloaded. See here, it is downloading. So it has been downloaded. So once it has been downloaded, what you have to do, you have to use in the Eclipse. So I'm opening my Eclipse. So here I have taken a online training class. I am already having the project. So yeah, so I'm creating a already existing project I have taken. If not, you can take the new project also. How to take the new project, we can see it later. I want to create a new Selenium WebDriver class. So just I'm going to be creating new. So just give me 1 second. I want to create a new project. So for that new project, what I am going to do, create project. Which type of project you want to create? I want to create a Java project. So I am creating online Selenium WebDriver. So I want to uh, use a specified jar which I have downloaded. I'm going to be using. I'm clicking on next. You don't want this one. So I have created here. So whatever the jar I have downloaded, I have to put it here. So go to build path, configure the build path. So here I'm adding external jars. So here I have downloaded this jars. I have saved it here. So I'm selecting this one, apply and close it. So I have created here. Just I'm right clicking. I want to create a new class here. You can create a project also. I'm going to creating normal uh, Selenium file. So I have created one Selenium first program. So I'm getting some error. So what is that error? I have not created any default package. So you want to create it? Yes. If you build it, it will automatically go. If you place it, what it is saying, you must declare the package. So I have to declare here new package. Just I have created a new package called as a Selenium package. Just this default package, I'm deleting this default packages. You're not able to delete. Why? Because I'm not able to delete this directly package. Why? Because I'm having a class. First I have to delete this class. If you want to delete it, first you have to delete this class, then you can delete this package. We will leave that one. First we will write a new class. We will create it. First program. So here I need basically Selenium WebDriver. So if you click on here, I'm getting the Selenium WebDriver here. So if you see, this is a interface. So why it is interface, we will see later. I'm able to see the Selenium WebDriver. I'm just having this one. So what is the error here? Uh, just it is saying that you have to import this one. So first we will see. Uh, First one, what I have did, I have downloaded this one and I have installed this, have configured with my project. So this part I have completed. Next one, what we have to do once the installation has been done. So installations can be done in two ways. So one way I have did like normally installed here. So here I will show you. Just so here I have installed this one. So this is a normal way I have installed here. So I can install in two ways. So another way I can create a Maven project and I can install it. I want to install Maven project. So I want to install Maven project. So I'm just installing Maven project. You can give the Maven name, create a Maven, simple Maven project. So I have to give, already have created one Maven project. Name, project, group name. So it containing the group name and artifacts name. So artifacts name I'm giving as a Selenium WebDriver application programs I'm giving. Next, I'm clicking on finish. See here, it has created a Selenium WebDriver programs. Here I'm having file structure. So this one we will discuss later. So in this pom.xml file, I can add the dependencies. So from where I will get these dependencies to add. So if you want to add these dependencies here, you having the Maven dependencies. So you can copy this one, the Selenium with the Java you want, or else you want the Selenium WebDriver Maven. Maven dependency you want, you can go to the Selenium. So the latest version is this one. You can click on here. So this file we having, I'm just copying this one. I'm going back here. So we can having the dependencies. So I want to add the dependencies in between. We can add n number of dependencies. So I am adding one dependency. So one dependency I have added. So what I can do in my here, I can create one program, like whatever the program you want to create, you can create it this program. Just I want to create sometimes it new one package I'm going to be creating. Here I want to create new class. Just I'm giving the another name first one. So first I will see it whether we got this Selenium WebDriver. See here I have not got this one. So just save this one. If you are not able to get this one, clean and rebuild this one. Now you see, now I got it. Selenium WebDriver. I got it. So you can download Selenium driver versions two ways. One way is I have downloaded and I have put it in my local system. So that's why I have what I have did here. I have configured here. Whenever I want to do this one, see here in this one, I have gone to build path, configured the build path. I have clicked here. I have configured my path. So here having two jars. So I'm removing one. So here I have configured from the local my drive. So here what I have did, I have created one pom.xml file. In this pom.xml file, I have added all my dependencies. So what is the main difference between these two things means? So I can use if I have build configured, I have used it. I am going to be using in my local system only. So if the version is updated, I have downloaded what version I have downloaded 4.27 I have downloaded. On next day it was updated to 4.28. So what I have to do, I have to update it. If I've sent to you, you having the 4.26 version. So my scripts will not work in your system. Why? Because you having the different jar, I'm having the different jars. So you have to download it my related jar in your system. So that is the one disadvantages. So and every time if you want to run in your system, you have to download it. If you're having the you want to run with the same version also, you have to download the same version in your system. Suppose if I have given the Maven project to you, so no need to download it. I have now downloaded it. Just I have added one dependency files, whatever the jars I need, I have taken that jars and I have working with those version, those dependency files only. Okay. So first thing, installation part has been completed. So next part, what is the next part? Here we having as a second step. First one is the initialization part, then write your first JavaScript, then organize and execute your code. So three parts we having. So in the first part we have installation has been done. I have set up the Selenium libraries also. I have set up the Selenium libraries in two ways. One is the Maven setup and I have set up the normal setup. Then I will start writing the programs. So to start writing the program, we having basically 8 components we have to know about the Selenium. So then only we can able to write the Selenium program. Okay. So first one, what is the components? Start the session. So we have to start the sessions. So to start the section in Java, what we have did. So Java related programs, just we have setted anything. So here what I want to do, I'm going to be creating a new class. First of all, it's Selenium. So I have taken a class here. So first thing I have to install the Selenium WebDriver driver I have used. So WebDriver I have created a object. So first one I have to set up. Na? So to set up what I want to do, driver. Here I is a WebDriver is an interface. So can I create as a driver equals to WebDriver? If I'm giving this one, what it will do? So here there is a problem. So make it as a static. So I'm driver equals to new WebDriver. So here it is giving me error. So why it is giving me error? So I told you in the Selenium interfaces, can we create the uh, object, object? No, we can't able to create the object. Why? Because interface containing only the abstract method. No? So for the abstract methods, we can't able to create the objects. So you know. So it has to compare with the class. So in the class only we can able to create the object. So class driver is the Chrome driver. So I'm going to be creating the Chrome driver. So once I have set up this one, so first thing is I have started the section driver equals to new Chrome driver. I have started. Next one, take actions on the browser. So I want to take the actions on the browser. So which actions I have to take it? So if I want to run like this, it will not run. Why? Because I have it set up with the my Chrome browser version. So I have downloaded. So I need to download exe file. I have to download here. I'm already having. So I have downloaded the stable version of my Chrome browser Windows version. I have downloaded and I have saved it in this drive. So I need to set this one. So to set that one, what I have to do, I have to set my system dot property. I have to set that one. So what I want to set it. So before system dot set property. So what I want to set, I want to set the properties of my WebDriver. So how I am going to be setting the WebDriver property? Driver equals to here I want to make like this. So Chrome driver equals to driver. So I have downloaded at this particular path. So in downloads, I have downloaded as a Chrome driver version. In that driver version, I'm having this one. So I will copy this one. This two lines I will copy it. I'm going to pasting these two lines here. Why? Because I I don't know that path where exactly it is. That's why I'm copying this one. So my driver path is at this particular position dot exe position I'm having. So I have copied this one. I have pasted it. So one part I have completed. I have started my Chrome browser. Next one I have to what I need take the actions on the browser. So what type of actions I want to take? As per my test case, what actions I want to take? I want to first I have set up it, then I have to get the URL. Then only I can perform any actions on that URL. So for that action, driver dot get URL. So I want to get this URL google.com URL. I want to get it. So second action I have taken. Next, what is the third step I want to do? Request the browser informations. What type of information you want to get? I want to get the title of that page. Driver dot get title. I want to print this title. So to print this title, I'm going to be using system.out.println. Whether it is printing or not, we will run and see whether it is opening our browser or not. So just save this one and try to run this one. It has opened the browser and it has typed the Google and it is in this particular browser. So I have get the title also. Title is Google. So I got this title. So I got this title. So three steps I have completed. Fourth step, establishing the weight. Suppose if I want to wait for some time. So we having Selenium weights, we having thread dot wait, thread dot sleep is there. I want to wait for 2 seconds. 2 seconds means 2000. It is going to be wait to get the title. So this is exceptions. I can use declarations of interrupt error exceptions. So I can use it. So in Selenium, we having different types of weights. We will see that one as a different topics. So next one, find element. I want to find the element value. So to find the element value, what I want to do here, I'm having this Google. I want to find this. I want to click on this element. So this action I want to perform. So if I want to perform these actions, what I need to do, I have to take this element address. Or suppose if I want to type it here, Selenium WebDriver. I want to type it here. So what I need this element address. So how I will get this element address? So basically in Selenium, we are going to be calling address as a locators. So I need to get this element address. So how I am going to get this element address? By inspecting this element. So inspect. So this element consisting of different locators. So what is locators? We will see later. So here I'm having ID, here I'm having name, here I'm having different things. So you can take anything. So as of now, I'm going to taking driver dot find element by dot name. I'm going to be taking name as a queue is there. So in this one, I want to send text as a Selenium WebDriver. I want to take, I want to enter text here. So I'm going to be finding this element. So fifth part is also completed. Coming to the sixth part, take actions on the web element. So what actions I have taken? Here I have taken as a send text. Suppose here only. So I want to take another actions as clicking on this button. Button name is this one. Driver dot find element by dot name I am taking. Control V. I want to click on this button. So what type of action you want to double click or single click? You want what type of actions you want to send the information? What type of actions you want to do? You can do it that actions. So sixth part also completed, and seventh part is request. So I want to get any request information. So here in this one, I want to get this name. So I'm going to be inspecting this one. Class will not work or not, I'm sure. I will take this class. It will is highlighting this one only. Na? Sometimes class will not work. So why I will tell you later. So once it is click, it will go. So that's why I'm one. Got get text. I want to get this text. So whatever the text I'm getting, I need to be store it in a string. I'm going to be printing this text. So this part has been completed. Seventh step is also completed. The eighth part is ending the section. So ending the sections, we are going to be driver.quit or driver.close. So driver.close we can use, or quit we can use it. So I will run this one. So it got the title. See, it got the text also as a Gmail. It got the text as a Gmail. So it has closed the browser also. It has not. Previously it was open the browser. It was closed the browser. So this is a simple starting 8 steps we having to learn the Selenium. This only 8 steps we are going to be implementing in our day-to-day activities also while writing the program. So this is the first program about the Selenium WebDriver. We will see more on the Selenium WebDriver in the later classes. Thank you.